Animals are important. They are furry angels, reminding us that nothing's wrong and we can relax. Your ability to be peace for the people around you, for the animals around you, is extremely valuable. If you can be mentally strong, with a strong will, you become a pillar of a community. Love is the most powerful force in the universe. Love renders anyone, anything powerless. Love and wisdom. Animals have the ability to ground us in the truth. The truth is not in our heads. The truth is not in the rumination or the thinking. The truth is right here, right now. Time doesn't exist, it's an illusion. There's only the now. Being a victim means that you believe that the past is more powerful than the now. That means you take away your own power by believing in an imaginary past instead of being the creator now. When you realize that you are capable now of creating whatever form you intend, you start to really value your time. You start to really value yourself and your authentic self-expression. Most of us sacrifice our authentic self-expression because we have the limiting belief, the false belief, that we have to pretend to be something we're not in order to survive in this world. But that's an illusion. And let me explain what I mean. So, when you grow up in this system, with the schooling, with the education, you are being conditioned and programmed to go in a certain path that isn't necessarily authentic to you, who you are. People may have told you that what you want to be is not possible because you have to survive in this world. You have to do things you don't like in order to survive. What if I told you that this is the opposite of the truth? And being your authentic self, your pure self, which is very unique by the way, is what will make you a fortune, is what will make you thrive in this world, because it's your world. And you created this. The quickest way to lose your power is by the following ways. Focusing on what others are doing and copying them. Which creates jealousy, envy, a feeling of inadequacy. These feelings are all false. They are real experiences, but they are all false. The second way to lose your power is to care what other people think about you, to care about opinions, to care so much about external validation that you lose your authentic self-expression. Again, it has to do with others, other people. The third way to lose your power is to be addicted. Addicted to distracting yourself from yourself. You can distract yourself with social media, with the internet, with gaming, with food, with work, with parties, with drugs, with alcohol, with smoking, etc. You can distract yourself. You lose your power. Why? Because every time you distract yourself from being stillness, being still, Zen, you will be avoiding creating your reality. You avoid your creatorhood. Your focus and your energy, your attention is all you have. That's all your power. And you have a certain amount every single day in this game to spend. You have enough in a day to spend. And you get to decide what you will spend, what you will pay your attention to. So those are 3 ways to lose your power. Another way, another addiction to lose your power is arguing, fighting and conflict. This is the best distraction because it strengthens the ego so much that you feel so separate and justified that you will continue to fight and have drama. Many people are addicted to gossip and drama and feeling sorry for themselves and suffering. You are addicted to suffering because that's what strengthens the ego the most. And the ego doesn't want you to find out that you create your reality because your identity will be destroyed. You will have an ego death. So when you suddenly stop fighting and you surrender, the drama just goes away. You stop caring about what people think. Which brings me to the next points. How to claim your power back. To claim your power back from the matrix, which is you have to do 3 things. The first one is to focus on yourself. You go within, which means you stop focusing on others. That's point one. The second one is you cultivate being in love with your avatar, your human, being in love with your essence, your soul, your frequency, and being in love with life itself, and seeing everything as one, oneness, including every single one. Others. You realize that there are no others. That it's all just a projection of your consciousness in which you are dreaming right now. The third step, the third point, to claim back your power. Stop distracting yourself and go into the unknown and into stillness. This takes courage because you have been programmed to distract yourself from doing all the things, to distract yourself from yourself. You have been programmed to distract yourself from being still and being creative. Being still is the gateway to new inventions, creativity, new ideas, and transformation. You create space. You cannot create something new when you clutter yourself, your mind, your emotions, your thoughts, your world with things. Where's the space to create something new? So the third point is you stop distracting yourself and focus on reality creation. This means that all your addictive tendencies have to go away. Where are you distracting yourself with food, with substances, with work, overworking, with hustling, with creating drama, with being overly occupied with shopping? Allow yourself to be still and to abstain, detox from all the input. Only then, if you go into that space where there's nothing, unknown, just silence, stare at the wall for 2 hours. See what comes up. First, your head will be recycling old thoughts, old thinking, old structures. You let that subside, and then a new comes in. Your authentic self-expression comes in. And that is what you should be focusing on. Let go of the outer world, the projections, and create something new. The black mirrors that we call phones, screens, are very addictive. We have an unlimited amount of distractions available to us nowadays. I still remember when I was very young, I used to play cards with friends, physical cards, in break time. But now everyone is on the phone, on the black mirrors. We need to learn, we need to teach the new generation how to be still. That you don't need the input. That if you put the phone away, the television away, the streaming services, the gaming away, even the social interaction for a while, then you get to discover your true self. You get a mind of your own, a creator of your own, instead of just being a cog in a system. But that requires courage. When we look at the scale of consciousness, we see that in order to go into reality creation, into the positive polarity, you have to be courageous and surrender. And courage is something of the heart. Surrender means surrendering your ego, which means surrendering your fears, which means putting your faith that your life is unfolding exactly as it should. And everything will happen, is happening in divine timing always. And you get to decide as awareness what you will become. So even though everything is orchestrated, you have an active role in this. You get to choose, and this takes no effort. You simply feel in your heart what you want to do, who you want to be, and choose that, select that in the game. Select that avatar, select that action, select that activity, select that house, select that car, select that partner, select that furniture, as if you are shopping in the universe. And then you take the action of putting it in your basket, allowing it to come in any way or shape it has to. You don't have to dissect your belief systems, you just have to know that you are the source of everything. And your authentic self-expression will provide you with everything you have ever looked for, because everyone is looking for that. Everyone wants to unapologetically be themselves. And if you realize that you are the only one that has to validate yourself, that no one else can give you permission, and it's already you that has to give yourself permission, then you're free. You're free to be exactly who you want to be, because you are already it. And it actually takes way more effort to fit into a system, to pretend to be something you're not. It's draining, isn't it? You can just stop pretending to be something or someone you're not. You can stop pretending. Stop playing the role. You don't have to mold yourself into a system that you don't fit in. We are the power behind systems, and we decide when a system has taken its course and is done, because we are the source of any system and structure that has been created up to now. So what we see in our world is the echo of the systems of previous thinking systems. There is more awareness nowadays. There's more awareness now. That's what I observe. This means that old systems are crumbling because they have no more subscriptions, no more subscribers. Every system, any system is subscription based. Reality is subscription based. If you subscribe to going to the supermarket with a million others, then that supermarket will be in business. If you decide to boycott any system or business, it will fall. If you decide to boycott things that are not good for you anymore, you will take your energy back and you will put that energy into something new, something sustainable, something more wholesome, more loving. What I see happening in the structures is the ego has been out of control, out of whack. The mind has been possessing us instead of possessing the mind. The Black Mirror technology is an extension of our mind. Our mind is ego-based. Our mind is made up of resistance to what is. Resistance means you don't trust in life and you think you have to micromanage and control everything in your reality in order to feel safe. The truth of the matter is that the mind had no control to begin with. And our whole egoic structure, our sense of self, is an illusion anyway. This means that everything the mind has built up to now is completely delusional. This means we are perpetuating a system of delusion, illusion. We keep creating problems in order to solve them, while there was no problem to begin with. If you look at nature, nature has a specific ecosystem where everything is in balance. When the mind came in and took over, this natural balance and harmony was disrupted. Nature has been disrupted. We see that in the unnatural ways humans are living and in the amount of health complications human beings in the game are experiencing. The amount of addictions in humans, subtle and obvious, is astounding. The amount of information, different constructs, is overwhelming. Technology simply amplified this phenomena. When you put away all the external information, all the external validation, when you detach from groups, groupthink, and pendulums, you are left with only you, yourself. What happens when you are only left with yourself? There's nothing. The mind cannot handle this. The mind will go absolutely crazy. It cannot exist in this nothingness. It cannot exist when you are aware of the truth. You clearly start to notice delusion from truth, illusion from truth. When you become still, you see clearly that any problem that there is self-created. Created by the insane mind. Because if you say that everything is already okay and it's already perfect in balance, then the ego has nothing to solve anymore. Nothing to do. So we create crossword puzzles for ourselves to solve new structures, new problems. We make ourselves sick by eating artificial food, and we then have to go to the doctor in order to heal. But what if you didn't eat the bad food in the first place? We go to the hearing doctor because we have ear problems. But what if we didn't listen to the noise, that loud music in our ears, then we don't have to go to the doctor. We go to the eye doctor to improve our vision. But what if we just didn't use our mind so often, stare into screens so often, go into books so often, be addicted to information? Then we don't have to go to the eye doctor. We have to go to the bank to get some funding. We need those monopoly papers or those digits on a screen in order to feel that we can survive. But what if we lived in harmony with nature from the very beginning, had our land, worked together harmoniously? Then we don't have to have all those structures in place. Every business in existence today is a manifestation. It's already very far into a dystopian future. Even me talking to you is very ironic because I'm using a very powerful black mirror to influence you. Fortunately, I have love in my heart and want the best for every one of you. Others, however, want to keep you hooked and do not care about your well-being because your focus and attention is so valuable, they will never want to lose it. Any media outlet, the news, journalism, everyone is fighting for your attention. Everything and everyone is fighting for your attention. Everyone here is profiting of your attention. What does this mean? This means that you are infinitely valuable. You are the value. And a clever way that these systems control you is by letting you know that you don't have value. So you gaslight yourself into thinking you are worthless and you need them. So you give all your value to them, which is your attention, your mind, and your power. You see, you don't need more information. You don't need another certificate. You don't need another degree. You don't need that much food. You don't need that much input. You don't need that much entertainment. You don't need that much stuff. You don't need that many vehicles. You don't need that many holidays. You don't need that many gadgets. You don't need that many clothes. You don't need that many cosmetics. You don't need it. You don't need that many friends. You don't need it. You are already a whole being in itself. You don't need another holiday. You don't need a bigger home. You don't need it. You don't need it. The problem lies in you needing it. This is victim consciousness. You don't need them, it. Why? Because you are a source. The source. Don't let any system or business gaslight you into thinking you need them. Well, you are the source. Or any person, by the way. Family member, person, partner, husband, wife, friend. You don't need them. Even if you're in love, happy, married, you don't need them. You still don't need them. You get me? Why? Because you are pure consciousness looking through your eyes. They need you. That's why they can never leave you alone, can they? That's why they need your consent all the time. It's all about you. What do you have when a whole population of source creator beings are being gaslit into thinking they are victims? You have a giant louche farm, a giant human farm. That's one hell of an opponent. I've never experienced such a clever opponent as this. I applaud you. In order to deceive such powerful beings, bravo. From a higher perspective, the opponent, the controllers, they, which is synonymous with the ego, they just want to control you in order to hijack your creative power, your love. They want to harvest your essence, your soul. They want to eat your soul. Because they don't have a soul. This is the ego talking. The ego is nothing. It doesn't exist. The systems are empty. When you go into a building of a system, and especially a system, I don't want to say the word. Okay, when you go in there, when you go into the building, the physical building of the controllers, one of them, you can energetically go in there, remote view, and see there's literally nothing there. This is just a black hole. And when you have a whole population of creator beings thinking they are more powerful, real authority, the black hole gets your energy. But it doesn't go anywhere. It's just a black hole. A bottomless pit. It doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't create life or growth. Why? Because it's not a living thing. It's not a living entity. It's just a bunch of structures and programs. It's not alive. What is life? Life is you. Life is the most precious thing, and it's you, expressed through a human body. So everything is in love with that pure energy. Everyone is in love with that. When you fall in love, you don't fall in love with meat suits, with people. You fall in love with energy, with life essence. And the more pure the life essence is flowing through someone, the more lovable a person becomes, the more pure love is expressed. And it has nothing to do with external appearance. That is what everyone wants. Everyone is looking for that pure essence, which is pure life, which is consciousness underlying everything in creation. And we are artifacts, transformers that can harness, like a huge battery, we can harness that source energy. And that is our value. And then you have this whole system, which is so genius. It's such a genius trap. I am impressed by this creation and by the self-deception that consciousness has created for us. So we have the opposite, which you can also call the devil. The devil is distraction. Anything that distracts you from being a goddess or a god in life is the devil. Anytime you feel unworthy, uncertain, not confident, that's the devil influencing you and distracting you. Because when you feel uncertain, not confident, what do? You seek externally and you pay your source energy, your life, to an external entity in order to sustain that zombie. It's nothing. It's so insane. It's nothing without you. There's nothing going on. You are born. You are complete. You are a complete source. Things will happen. Things will happen. And this can go in varying degrees, but it will happen. You do not remember your value. So what happens is that there are entities around you that also do not know their value, but are a source, or you have beings around you that are almost not alive. They are almost not consciousness, which we call psychopaths or black hole beings. Those entities will make you think that you are the same, that you don't have a source, you are not source. So you will go through life in fear, in separation, in uncertainty, not feeling confident. You will also seek externally. You will think you will need plastic surgery. You will think you need 100 certifications and a validation from systems, from pendulums. You will think you will need to join 20 groups that are of high status. You will think you need to dress a certain way. You will think you need to speak in a certain way. You will posture yourself in all the ways because the core thing is, oh, I am not worthy, I am not good enough. So you consume, you become materialistic because what else do you want to fill yourself up with? You get a husband, you get a wife, you have a few children. Maybe that will validate your existence, right? Follow the program, follow the script. You've been duped from the beginning. What would have happened if we go back, if we reverse that? If you are born and you've been surrounded by creator beings which say to you, you are a reality creator, you are a source in yourself. You are here to create and shape the world around you. You are the world, one with it. And we will help you grow. That being would feel whole and complete, validated, unconditionally loved for its essence. Because you are born with it. It's your birthright. It is your birthright and you have it. That's what I mean when they say you are already whole and complete. You can create everything you want because you are the source in pure form, the purest form possible. But you have to manifest it into what you prefer and not let yourself be hijacked by projections outside. You get to decide what your world looks like. No one else. Unless you feel unworthy, then they can tell you what to do. And you will give your energy to them. And their belief systems and their structures and their shapes, forms, constructs. Who benefits? There are energy harvesters that are they know about this esoteric knowledge and they collect your energy. They collect your energy and they want to be on top. So they think hierarchically. This is the ego. The ego always thinks in superior, inferior, and hierarchy. It wants to be the best on top. It needs to be the best, the greatest. This is pure ego. Why do you want to be on top and the greatest? Why? Because deep down, you still believe you are a separate entity that needs to fight for survival and needs to be better than others in order to survive. Egoic survival. When you as a creator being have reprogrammed your so-called past and you have been born with infinite value, you would think twice about giving your power away to others. You would think twice about caring what other people think, because you are a creator of your own. You can create in your own world whatever you like. And it doesn't matter what others are doing, because you create your own bubble, your own vortex, while simultaneously interacting with other universes. You can orbit around each other, but that doesn't mean you are living in the same reality. One way to insert yourself in another person's reality is to entangle yourself with their energy and create a new being out of it, a new universe. You are still two separate universes. I'm talking about humans coming together and creating a child. You can see it as two universes orbiting together, creating a supernova. Then a baby nova is born. Baby star. Right? Completely new universe, new blueprint, new potential of creation. Still, those two parents, those two people are their own universe. They can communicate, they can intersect, but then they are still their own universe. They are still the operant power in their own world. So no one can ever take advantage of you or take your power or take your birthright or take your destiny away. It's already there, it's done. It's a done deal. Right? When you create a new universe in the form of a child, a new baby, that baby needs to know it's a universe of its own as well. The thing that's happening is enmeshment. When you give your power away, you become one with a giant universe. So this is a person. You entangle yourself with the beliefs of another person. This is what happens when you have a very influential black hole or a leader that says, you give your power to me. Give your power to me. What I believe is true, the truth. What I believe is true. And this is creating a black hole. So all the other universes are swept into that. And then you lose your creative power, your source power. But not when you know that you are your own universe. And you naturally, with this wisdom, with this awareness, you detach from everything. Every system, every thought school, every belief system, everything. And you focus on your own design, your own creation. And it's already there in blueprint, so you don't have to exert effort. It takes more effort to mold yourself into something you're not than just being you. You are born with it. You are born in this perfect manner. You are born with the perfect characteristics, with the perfect blueprint. The perfect story is already laid out for you. As long as you don't have false beliefs and attach to other people. You distract yourself with other universes, other belief systems. That's giving your power away. And what's fun about that is you can create armies like that. In the energy game, it's all about armies. It's all about energy. Who has the most energy? Who has the most people subscribing to their system? It's an art of energetic warfare. Just like in the physical, there's energetic warfare. Energetic warfare is you become immune of manipulation, of energetic warfare, when you learn finally that you are your own being, your own universe, with your own world. And you get to decide your rules. If you are that, where's the need to consume so much? Where's the need to entertain yourself so much? Where's the need to seek external validation? You do the opposite of that, but because now you actually see your own value and you want to protect your value in order to be the purest, authentic version of yourself, which you truly want to be. This is how you stay in your power. You can give your power away anytime you want to the false ego structures, which happens first within you. But when you have found peace within you, you will see peace reflected in your external reality. Because this is a mirror universe. I've come across content and this is wonderful. Someone was filming a star and mirrored the star, and you see in the stars energetic projections of all the animals and the people on the earth. And it's absolutely magnificent. Everything is just energy. And the stars are not physical things. They are energetic mirrors to mirror everything in existence. There are little mandalas, little mirror structures. Everything here is also a fluctuating energy structure. The whole earth is shape-shifting all the time. Stars are shape-shifting all the time. It's not solid. Then why do we appear so solid? Because we are focused in the third dimension. But it's not the absolute truth. We are multidimensional. When you realize everything is pulsating in that energetic structure, you start to learn your value beyond the third dimensional reality. And that's what makes you untouchable. To the ones in power that want your energy, they do not want you to know that you are more than a physical structure, that you are more than what they told you to be, because the way I've been programmed, I'm just a human here by accident. I'm just this physical human, animalistic, like a parasite on the earth, right? We just are here to survive, like animals. Everything is an accident. Everything is coincidental. We're just nothing. That's the opposite of the truth. When you stay in that paradigm, however, in the 3D, and you are just here to work, sleep, eat, survive, whatever, life gets very one-dimensional, actually. It gets boring, right? You think, okay, is this all? But even the thought of you thinking, is this all, means that it's not all. It's not the truth. Do you see that? Even your intelligence to question, is this all? Is this all? Is this all? I'm just here to work, to exist, to marry and procreate and have a mortgage. Is this all? And work until I'm 70? Is this all? Of course it's not all. But they don't want you to know. They never want you to know. Because then you stop consuming their shit. Then you stop being a materialist. Then you stop eating junk food. Then you stop over-consuming. Then you stop their business. Then you stop being sick. And then you're not a good customer anymore. You cannot be farmed because you are just becoming a source and you don't need them. But The other thing is, you stop becoming farmed, a loose source, but you start becoming a true source, which means you become life for life. So it's actually better. Your value actually exponentially increases, and you get rewarded for it because you have found that source within, which is your authentic self-expression. Your authentic self-expression includes everything you desire in this world and more. All the worldly things are included in you just following your passion and your heart and your truth and your authentic desire. It is way more profitable in all dimensions to follow the divine inside of you. You will never feel empty, not good enough, worried, insecure, in lack of anything, because you have found yourself. But you won't be feeding old structures anymore, and all the structures have the innate desire to survive, of course. But the old structures have to die, and they will die because you stop feeding them. When you stop buying things from a company, from a business, they will be out of business. They will just disappear. Gently, it's the real warfare. The energetic warfare is not in the fighting the old, it's in creating the new and withdrawing your energy from the old. And I mean every single system. There's no authority above me. There's just the divine self. That's my only authority. There's no boss above me. There's just my divine self expressing love and life forever. There needn't be anything else. I don't need it. What would the new world look like? When all the sources around here, all your divine, you are all divine goddesses, gods, when all of you took your power back, stop being addicted to the matrix structures and start creating the new. That will be a heaven on earth. That would be absolutely amazing. So when you're ready to stop pretending to be a robot in a system that doesn't serve you, and when you're ready to be courageous, to follow your authentic self-expression, start creating something that is true and pure for you. And some of you, and I've talked to many of you, think that, my authentic self-expression is to be a musician, for example. Make sure that that also hasn't been programmed into you, because a musician is cool. Musician, my parents were musicians and I have to be a musician. No, it's not you. If you want to be a scientist, go for that. Follow your own path. That's imperative. That's very important. Don't go for something because you think you will be approved of, or you don't. You have to sit with yourself for at least a year before you know what your real pure self-expression is, and you have to get rid of all the input from social media and the comparison, because that's going to kill you. That's going to kill you. That's going to kill your authentic self-expression and your soul. It's very sacred. You know what you are here to do. I've talked to some of you as well. I said to you, tell me what you wanted to do when you were a child. What were you doing? Someone said, I was writing. I want to write. He's not writing now. I said, go write now. Write now. That's funny. Go write. Go do the thing you did as a child. You know what I did as a child? I was just chilling in nature, playing with animals. And contemplating. I was very young when I started contemplating. So I was born with this. This is what I'm born with. Then my mom asked me, what do you want to do when you grow up? I don't know. I didn't know. I thought, I just want to help people. That's what I said. And then I learned through schooling that in order to help people, you have to become a psychologist. So I remember me writing down, I want to be a psychologist in these little books. Other children, I had many children friends when I was a child, and a lot of them wrote down, I want to be a mommy, I want to be a mom. I thought, wow, that wasn't my first thing, so I must be different. I want to be a dentist, and then the father was a dentist, you know? So a lot of your desires are already copied from a very young age, so you have to go back very, very much. You have to go back to when you didn't have any examples and go back to the core of what it is. So if I go to the core of what I wanted, I said I wanted to help people. That was just a pure desire. I didn't know about anything. So then I get presented with these structures, and I don't want to join the insane psychology structure because that's a pendulum and that's a trap. Rules, it's not, no, completely no. So what is it that child, little me, wanted? It wanted to be love and express love and be in nature and want other people to feel love and joy as well. And peace. That's what I wanted. That doesn't mean I have to subscribe to a whole structures, jump through the hoops of a society that tells you that you have to get certain certifications. No, I know exactly how that works. You have to subscribe to structures and things in order to make profit of the people. No, that's not right. I'm here to remind you directly that you are the source and you don't need all that fluff extra. You can already do the thing and go right through the source of what you wanted to do. If you want to share love and joy, and if you want to create artwork and paint, you do it through there. That will be your power. I cannot do the thing you are meant to do. No one can do that. Only you, because you are unique. You are a unique puzzle piece. When I follow my interest, my excitement, I do this in my own unique way. No one can do what I do because it's unique to me. It's very unique. And that's where your value is. Someone that's very analytical and is amazing with numbers, I can never do what they do. But they are meant to do that. And they are meant to do whatever they have to do with that. If you are good with your hands and are amazing at building things, you are meant to build beauty, build structure, build houses. Become an architect. That's you. If you are amazing with children, if you are from the beginning, if you wanted to be a mom or a dad when you were young, you wanted to be that, then you are an amazing, amazing mother or father. That's your thing. You can also have a combination of everything. You can be everything that you felt that's right for you. You can be anything, but you cannot be everything. So go within to your authentic self-expression, and that's the way to go. And it doesn't have to be hard or difficult. It's actually the opposite of hard and difficult. It takes more effort to be something you're not and push yourself into a system than to just be yourself and follow your joy. If you love surfing or sports, you can quite literally go out there, get a group together, say, okay, I'm giving surf lessons, and I'm playing sports, I'm hosting a sports club. Then you have your self-expression. That's it. And you'll be amazing at it because you love it. You love it. You cannot be put in a box. That time is over, especially with the coming of AI. AI will take over all the boring, all the mediocre, all the menial jobs. Thankfully. So you have to find your authentic self-expression, which is good, because then you'll be happier, healthier, more wise, and you'll enjoy life way more. Because you don't have to fit into some arbitrary structures that don't serve us anymore, don't serve humanity anymore. I've made a structure about this. Oh, that's so ironic. So I like, even though I see structures, I like to make structures. So I've created a structure of stages of awareness, levels of awareness that you can go through. So most people are in the 3D, which is in normal jobs, 9 to 5, 8 to 6 maybe now. A normal. And then you have a little bit above, and those are the more creative jobs that give you a little bit more of authority and self-agency. And then you have the business owners that do everything themselves, entrepreneurs. Then you have the spiritual enlightened masters. You have all the classes, but it's not meant to be hierarchical. It's meant to inspire you, because we are all the levels inside. We have all the levels inside of us, and we can subscribe to any level. And it doesn't matter at which level you are. The age of your meat suit doesn't matter. Your soul can be very young. I have a very old soul because this is my last life. So I'm not playing those games anymore. I'm not in the mood. I've been there, done that. I know every level, and I'm here to give my last amount of wisdom to you and get out of here. and get out. You know? In order to give you a roadmap and some peace of mind that you are on the right track. Because if I'm just saying you are exactly where you're meant to be, but you cannot see, this will give you peace of mind. This will give you clarity on where you are, which level you are, and where you are going. And it will give you a sense of certainty that everything is okay. Everything is perfect. Everything is okay. And whatever life experience you go through, it's all a certain frequency. It's all a certain level that you're playing with. And it's so fun to discover at which level you have been playing. Because I've been chilling in the 2D. Let me tell you, 2D, 1D I've never been there. That's too low. But I've been close to 1D levels in my direct environment, which is insane. 2D, yes, been there. 3D, yes, been there. 4D, yes, very much so. 4D is a tricky one. It is the most difficult one before you actually go into stillness, into freedom. So I'm here to elevate you into stillness. And this structure, this model of reality, can help you further and can give you peace of mind, as it has given me peace of mind. Everything is already within you, and it's actually everything you need, you can ask for, and it will come into your reality. You can bring it to you. You can pull it towards you. If you need information, you intend, I need information, I will have it. If you need any resource, you say, okay, I need this, you will have it. It will be pulled towards you. If you're hungry, you get food. That's essentially it. And also in information. Information is a form of abundance. So information, if you need information, then it will come to you at the right moment. Then you have faith, because everything is attracted to you anyway. You don't need all the frivolous things. You can have everything and play with it, but don't make it your sole purpose in reality to get more things. It's not the point. It's not the point. The point is to evolve your consciousness until you get to the next level of awareness and start becoming freaking lucid in your reality, which is amazing. You start to create new universes. That's what it's about. It's about creation. It's not about getting lost in the creation, which many people do because they have an ego. And the ego is extremely seductive and clever. So do not underestimate your opponent. He's always lurking there in the corner to catch you off guard. That's why if you go into this, you start to really become motivated to have certain practices where you reconnect with yourself. Every time you go, for example, to the bathroom, you reconnect with yourself. You say, okay, I'm the source, I created this. I'm the source, I created this. Relax, I'm the source, I'm the source. It's not real, but the experience is real, but it's not real. Then you relax, relax. Exactly where I'm meant to be. This is not real. I'm the source, I'm the operant power of my universe. You meditate, you take care of your physical human, your cute physical human. Take care of him and her. Take care of him. Yeah? Do not neglect your physical human. That's also how you stay vibrant. That's also how you stop subscribing to things like aging that doesn't exist. Time doesn't exist. Sickness doesn't exist. Because it's self-created by the ego and it's nothing. It's made out of nothing. There's only harmony, love and peace and fullness. Everything is already whole and complete. And the only pain is resistance. All sickness and pain is resistance. All lack, scarcity is resistance. If you surrender, you don't have resistance anymore and you're just whole and complete and flowing. You're just free. There's nothing. There's just nothing wrong. Everything is perfect and everything is exactly as it's meant to be. And anything you see in your reality projected is an energetic match to you. So discover where you have, where you believe you are not the creator yet. That's the one limiting belief is, oh, I don't create my reality. That's the one limiting belief. And that's where all fear comes from. You not believing, you not knowing actually, it's not a belief. It's you not knowing the truth that you are consciousness. But when you experience for yourself that you are consciousness one, then nothing else can, no illusion can exist in that. No fear can survive because it's pure oneness and love. Wow, this video is getting long. I can't believe I can just transmit information to you for hours straight. I'll probably end it now. So thank you for watching. Take your power back and put away the phone and be in stillness. Just do it. Just put away the phone. You can do it. And start focusing on your authentic self-expression, which will provide you with everything you need. And it will be very unique to you. So do not look at other people. Appreciate other people because they are amazing. They are amazing universes that create all kinds of things, but focus your authority on you. You are your only authority now. So, say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.